mean, I've been asked why I do what I do, and I know that when other people have asked that question, they often find the best way to answer it is, would you still do it if you weren't getting paid for it? And all of the people I know in the music industry certainly got involved in it because they loved it, were passionate about it, and that's what they wanted to do. No one ever, from my perspective certainly, ever thought about how much money they might make. It was irrelevant, and it didn't matter. I mean, it really just didn't matter. It was about music. From my perspective personally, is probably the most important aspect of everything that I do. You know, I don't have a television. I've got every form of audio device at home that there could possibly be, MP3 players, digital radios, turntables, tape players, and I spend all of my spare time listening to music, and probably listen to too much music sometimes because it actually encroaches on some of the other things I do. And I always remember when I was revising for my exams at university, I had to do it in complete silence because the music would interfere with my level of absorption of the information that I was trying to revise. So in the end, the only way I could get around that was by turning the music off and revising in complete silence. So yeah, why do I do it? I do it because music is more important to me than anything else. And that works two ways. It's the actual music itself, but it's the creation of the events that go with it. You know, what is the peak experience in running a concert? There are probably two. One is getting the artist confirmed, particularly when they're big artists working at a very high level, and you know you've got competition from some of the other major promoters. That's a key factor and gives immense satisfaction knowing that you've managed to put the event together that you want to put together. But the other key time is really when that artist actually walks on stage and validates the work that you've spent 6, 9 or 12 months working on and putting together, and knowing that you've delivered the show. Those are the two absolute key moments in putting a show together from my perspective, and it's something that hasn't lost its luster, hasn't lost its excitement, because as I've got more experienced, I'm doing bigger shows and shows that have got a wider reach and are of probably more significance on the world stage in the promotion that goes with them and the exposure that goes with them in terms of international TV and radio and what have you, makes the event bigger and bigger and bigger. So from my perspective, I don't think I'll ever get to a point where I cease to enjoy it, and in fact, as I just said, I probably enjoy it more now than ever. As you get better at doing what you do, it's only right, I think, that you should feel better about what you do and more satisfied about the product that you deliver. But at the end of the day, as I said, it's not driven by money. We need money to cover our money to invest in how we do what we do, but that isn't the driver. The driver is the music, and will always be simply the music.
Interesting. Tell me about, you said you've done some stadium homes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just going to change a little bit. What's the biggest stadium home you've done?
The biggest stadium home is Nebworth, where we did the Northrop Robbins concert. What we did there was we got all of the major UK artists that had won the Northrop Robbins Award over the previous 20 years to participate, but even having that as a lead, it was very hard to persuade the first couple to agree to do it. And by hook or by crook, we managed to get two of them involved, Eric Clapton and Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits, and once those two confirmed, probably the whole of the rest of the bill confirmed within 48 hours. And you know, as I say, within a couple of days we had Pink Floyd and Paul McCartney and Genesis and everybody else that played at that concert. And once we got that confirmed and on sale, even though we didn't have the internet in those days, we only had hard tickets, ticket agents, where you went to the shop and bought your ticket. We still managed to sell that out in 48 hours. And that was 120,000 tickets in 48 hours with no internet.
What was your role in that project?
So I was the concert promoter, or the co-concert promoter. There were two of us, myself and Andrew Miller. We were both on the fundraising committee of Northrop Robbins, and both had similar backgrounds in terms of the types of shows we promoted before. But what was quite useful is that Andrew had a very close relationship with Eric Clapton, and I had a very close relationship with Mark Knopfler, and that was why those first two artists confirmed. confirmed. We managed to use our powers of persuasion to get one each to confirm, and that was what caused the snowball effect. So our role at the front end was really to cascade the lineup into confirming, but then our role was very simply an organisational one, making the concert happen, from selling tickets to creating the production to organising the crowds, which in a situation like a stately home where you've got transportation issues can be quite complex.